Hi, bank holiday Monday. I had yesterday off. Just finished putting the old mechatronic back together again. So she's ready to go back into the car. And been wanting to make a video for some time. What's going through mine. And I want to actually sell the garage because I've been offered a job in the States, and it's this big opportunity, and I just want to see if I'm as good as what I think I am. So what I thought I'd do is I'll give you a quick rundown of how this place started, the darker stages, because running a business, it's not always good. And I've got some great stuff to, just finish off, just to get me out of that mood of what's gone. So all started off 22 years ago. I was working up the road. I was restoring classic cars. I was a welder, qualified welder by trade, and I was qualified, as I say, did aviation, trains, all sorts of things. And there was this building down the road what I'm in now, and I got told, can you put your money where your mouth is? So I come down, had a quick look round. I thought, well, it's got, if you know what I mean, if people can be in charge and I'm working for them, they make mistakes, I'm sure I can make a few as well. And I actually put 45% of my first house up to actually start it, which was about £20,000 at the time. And the phone rings on bank holidays as well, and that will carry on. So I actually started the place. I met the landlord, and really nice old fella. I mean, I've got no qualifications, I have got no background references, I have got absolutely nothing. And he gave me a chance, and which I appreciate, really do appreciate. And he also said to me, he said, I think you've made a mistake in the way you're going forward, and I'll let you work that one out. And obviously I haven't got no business sense, it was a whole new opportunity, wasn't it? And we started. So I went off, got my AE's course. I mean, remember, I've got no qualifications. I passed my test, only 1 in 10 passes those, so I must have known something to actually get through there. And we got going. So I had £20,000 overdrawn. By the time we get close to the 3rd year, I'd gone through a divorce. So that was and that's expensive. I'm going to tell you now, that is expensive. And I actually moved into my first 7,000 in credit into the business in 3 years. So I didn't think that was too bad. So we carried on, and we got to probably about 8 years, and work. We've always been busy. It's extreme. And I thought, right, and then we started taking on commercial vehicles because I had nowhere to take them. And I went and looked at a building, and I thought, right, I had the money, I had everything to start it, everything. The problem was at the time, and this is not her fault, I actually met a young lady I was really interested in, really interested. I don't know if you've heard that old song, you know what I mean, what is it? If you want to keep them and put a ring on it. Well, 2 years later I did, and I have a 12-year-old son as well with her, and we're still together. So we looked at this place, and then something went wrong here, and I had to think about it. Do I spend time with her, and then to this, that going, and where's my time gonna go? And rung the bank up, I rang the leasing company up, and I turned it down. And I thought I'd put all my effort into it. We're not gonna get there. I mean, I was doing 14, 16 hours at that time. I was doing 7-day weeks. Yeah, not a problem. Did it for years, absolute years. I had to get the work out the door. So it carried on, and then we got up to about 2010, and I'd actually earned £100,000 in my me personally. My accountant took £36,000 tax off me. Jesus, I can still remember it. It comes up on my Facebook pages. I mean, I still cry now. And he says, "You got to go limited, Trev. You've got to." So we went limited, and my tax bills are a lot better now. And I got a little bit of it back from the other bit, but you know what it's like. So anyway, 2 years later, we weren't going forward, but we were succeeding. And that got me out of bed in the morning. And then it happened. We had a trip in from Vosa, and here's the bad time. He walks in and brings his car on the road, on the thing. I had no clue whatsoever, and he knew it. And he looks at it, he gets the torch, and he says, "What do you reckon of that, Trev? What do you reckon of that, Trev?" And I wanted to dig a hole. I wanted to dig about 1,000 foot down. I wanted to go. I just couldn't. So, and he put a PG9 on the ramp on the car. That's how bad it was. And I'm a guy that, you know, gives people chances. So, that week, we welded it. We were there from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock every night for the week, welding this bloody thing up because he couldn't weld. And we got it through the MOT, and it was all finished. But the one thing he did say, he didn't apologise or anything like that, no. And one thing he did say, "Do you want me to leave?" And I stupidly said, "No, I want you to do the job properly. Just do the job properly." What a fool. Anyway, 2 years later, and yeah, we have Vosa coming again. I mean, we had points. We had some serious points, and he had some serious points and all. And I'm thinking, I thought I was going to lose my licence last time. And luckily, luckily for me, I actually quoted employment laws. Because if you know employment laws in England, I'll tell you, you're in trouble. I mean, an employee can destroy a business, absolutely destroy it. Came in, and I managed to get 75% of my points knocked off, and he kept his. So they must have had some sort of thought that, hold on, I was a fool, but what can you do about it? So my missus then ended up becoming the director of the business because I'm going downhill fast. I didn't feel good, didn't feel as I'm going along, and there's probably a lot of you guys out there that are going through it now, or you've been through it. If you run a business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I went down to doctors, and he come up to me and he said, "Well, we'll put you on antidepressants." And I'm thinking, well, I'm an AE, I run a company, I mean, I've got people who look up to me, I mean, Christ, I can't be on that. And the thing that really scared me was my mum was on it, and she didn't come out too well after it. Changed my dad was a different man afterwards, he really was. So I said, "No, oh thanks, but I'll find another way." And yeah, I did find another way. It was called Jack Daniels. Not a good thing, and I'm going to say that now. I mean, it wasn't a big thing or anything, but I had my 50th birthday, and I had 17 bottles of Jack Daniels, and I was given another 8 bottles for Christmas. By May, I'd sunk the lot, but I was getting to the stage where I was drinking a bottle, and I wasn't getting back into where I needed to go. You know what I mean? Just into a space where I was out from this crap. I just didn't want to be here. I mean, it was, I just didn't. But I had commitments, you know what I mean? I had good people working for me at the time. And I still had to look after them. And so I was sitting watching Midsummer Murders with my son. You know what I mean? He had a little bit like this in his glass, and Dad drinks the bowl. And I'm thinking, this isn't. I couldn't get back into this place I was away from, and I was enjoying, and I enjoyed being there because I wasn't here. And this is where I'd also like to thank my sons, and sorry for my sons, and thank my wife, and thank my sons for putting up with us, because I was probably just I don't know, I was dead really. But anyway, I did my best, and as I say, you can't do any more than that. And I actually gave up there and then. I mean, I cut down by 90%. I made the decision. I need to do something with my life, and I'm not going to make that decision anymore. Okay, and I wouldn't say go down that road. Really wouldn't say go down that road at all. But one thing I have learned: you can't turn back time. So I'd still have a cheeky whiskey once a month, and I'd probably have a bottle of beer every 2 weeks now. So that's, I mean, I wasn't just drinking Jack Daniels, I was drinking a load more on top of that. And as I said, that's not clever. So anyway, it carries on, and I'm starting to have a look around now. And I spend a lot of time in Houston. I love Texas, love it. I've even got my t-shirt on. And I enjoy it, right? There's so many idiots out there, and I fit in just fine. And as I say, I took my missus over there, and she met my friends out there, and I've got a lot of friends out, great friends out there. And they turned around and said she was a keeper. So yeah, we married her, and we went out to the States just before COVID started, and I went and saw a guy called Mike, and known Mike a couple of years now, and I turned around and said to him, I want to work for you. This is my new start. And we spoke, was there for a couple of hours, and he got me my snap-on book, which I couldn't get here. And I left. I came home, told Paula, I said, yeah, right, we're ready. Let's find an immigration lawyer, and we go. So we got an immigration lawyer. Came back here, sent it all in. And he said, "What did he offer you?" Well, I didn't ask. And I sent an email saying, "Mike, well, what did you offer me?" And he offered it, and yeah, I was more than happy. More than say, I was happy. It was going to put me in a better place, just where the alcohol was putting me. Yeah, because I've always enjoyed going out there. This was where the alcohol was going to put me. And we flew back. I think we were nearly one of the last planes flying out of America at the time, before they shut the actual airports down. And we landed, and I really wish I'd stayed, to be honest. I mean, I could have done, but I had 3 cars sitting out here that I'd sitting out here for a week before, where my brain wasn't working. I was too much going on, and I came back, and within half a day I had all 3 done, finished, found broken wires, and it just fell into place. My brain was working, I was relaxed, and great stuff. So I do regret that. Anyway, COVID goes on, and I had a buyer for the place as well. But I said to him, I says, look, I said, I'll keep it. Let me get it through COVID, and you take it over. Because I don't know if it's going to be here or not, and I'm certainly not going to sell something. I didn't know. None of us knew what was going on, did we? So I kept it open. And we met the fire brigade, we nurses, and All the first line people were great, and our biggest customers, you might not believe, and were shelf fillers, flipping shelf fillers, loads. And I'd like to thank all of you guys, because if you lot weren't with this country would have fell. And I mean, you really did do a great job, because Christ, we did go through a few things, didn't we? And I'd like to say thanks. So we stayed open all the way through, and we just got people to work, which was, I felt good for that, to be honest. I was quite proud to do it, and if I was staying at home, my missus would have killed me anyhow. So we got through that. Anyway, this problem person, I knew there was something going on. I heard lots of rumours, and he came back, and he's leaving. And as I say, we had HR and everything, and all they kept saying was pay him off, pay him off. And I'm going, no, I'm not paying no one off. I'm leaving. And as I say, if you know employment law, Christ, you're knackered in this country. And a new guy coming in has got more rights who he keeps. So that's why I'm leaving. And I lost a lot of faith. The place is great. I mean, it's making money, and it's there's always work. Don't worry about work. You got plenty of it. And I've got some really good customers, but I'll get to that later on. Anyway, I knew something was coming, because we've got, let's just say, we've got hangers on, and one of them come through the door with a letter, and I'm about 90% sure that was a reference. Hopefully not from me, but because I certainly weren't going to give one. And next minute, he's gone. The lads in here noticed a massive change in me. Massive change. I felt as though the world has fell off my shoulders. Never stopped there though, because, as I say, still talking behind your back, and ringing up old customers. So we probably lost about 15 old customers that went followed him. Thank God for that, because I wanted you gone anyhow years ago, and the one to give the reference, thank you. So he had actually gone, and I said to the lads, I said, you're going to have an influx of work. And this was before it even started. Anyway, within 3 months, we had lots of people talking, and we started having a load of old customers come back I haven't seen for 10 years, 12 years, and I started making a note of how much they were spending. And they were bringing the road as well, where they stopped bringing the road as well, and the problem is when people come back, they tell you the stories, and I really wish they told me at the start, but they didn't. And I mean, we made well over £30,000 from these old customers coming back, and we were busy. We've been flat out ever since. And I'd like to say thanks to the customers. They're great, and it gives me a reason to get up in the morning. So that is the bad side on here. I mean, as I say, I've got all the paperwork. If you buy the place, I'll let you read that. And as I say, it's not from me, it's from Vosa, and I've got loads of paperwork. Loads, which I pay good money to have it. I mean, one HR lady, I mean, he told us 6 years before that he owned the place at a party. That's what I had to deal with. Now you can understand why I've got no love for the place anymore, which is a shame, because I started it and I built it up to a standard. We had a great standard. We're quite well known in the actual community, and we've served them well, and that's really what it is. I also have 2 great guys working now, and I need someone to come and look after them. So that's the bad side. But now let's get on to some of the good side, and things that make me smile, and what we did do over here. I mean, I've put an awful lot into charity over the years. I mean, thousands, mostly into education. Because when I was at school, all I kept getting told is, if you could do better, Trev, you could do more. And it took me a while to work that one out. But I'm dyslexic, it's not an excuse. And my God, does it bloody frustrate me. But I have 2 sons and a wife that can spell. And Alexa's everywhere. If you can't spell, get yourself an Alexa. It's finding that first 3 bloody letters in it. Jesus Christ, I mean. Get yourself an Alexa. Works great. So, one of the times, another good time is where I was going through a bit of a sad point. A guy called Jim used to bend his ear. I needed someone to talk to because I couldn't take it all home and it wasn't fair. And Jim was good, really was good, and he looks after a Down syndrome little boy. Well, even a little boy now, he must be at least 20 now. And we used to go and watch Aldershot football play. And I used to do BNI. BNI was really good. I didn't want any work, but I did learn how to run a business, and that was very good. And I enjoyed who I met. So I said to Jim, I've met Mark Butler at Aldershot, and we've asked him if we could take the boys, go in the director's box, and we're going to have them as mascots. I mean, okay, it's nothing big like Chelsea or something like that, but the experience of meeting all the players, and you know what I mean, it's for youngsters. Brilliant. Got to do that for the youngsters. And they went and done that for the day. I remember Dave was there, and I don't know what happened. Something happened, and Charlie, Christ, he's got some strength, slapped him on the back twice. I thought Dave's teeth was going to go on the other side of the pitch. I really did. And another funny part of that one is I was sitting with sitting with Jim, and he said to me, he said, "Here, Trev." I said, "Yeah." He says, do you know what Charlie's mum does?" And I said, "No, Jim, you ain't told me." And he said, "She's a VAT enforcement officer." Goes quiet. Christ almighty. Mind you, I'm not worried. We pay it, job done, boom. But it's that thought, isn't it? Anyway, it gets worse. And a week later, 2 weeks later, and another lady come in, and I've known this couple for probably 17, 18 years. And she walks in to pick a car up, and she says, "Oh, I saw Fram and Charlie." I said, "Oh yeah, how do you know them? I work with them." Oh my God. So I did have to ask. So I said, "Okay, so what does the husband do then?" And she turned around and said, "He used to be a VAT enforcement officer, but he's a tax enforcement officer now." So it's surprising what you've got coming through the garage, but it didn't worry me. And that was a great day. I mean, some of the stuff that we've had coming here. I had what did we have? Oh yeah, I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you. I've had quite a few of the military in at the moment over the years, and the RAF we used to have, and they used to fly out and used to turn around and say, "Look after the wife's car," and they trusted me to look after the wife's car. This is the great thing about this place. It really was. And I got given this. I mean, this guy had come an MBE, and let's just have a look. And there's a little medal there, and that's what that is. And what I did is I sorted his car out because he had to go to Gibraltar and he was under stress and everything like that. And yep, he gave me that. That was a good thing. And then another proud moment for me. Anyhow, I mean, it might not be for everyone else, but it doesn't really matter, does it? We had Farnborough Air Show on. And we had on Farnborough Air Show, I had this guy turn up in a Kia Sorrento, and it's got an X plate on it along down there, and the missus just turned around and said, "You seen that?" And I says, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, he's special." And just a feeling. Anyway, this guy was head of the security for the Americans over in watching their planes and stuff like that. And he came in and he turned around and said, "Can you actually do an oil change for me?" I mean, he must have been special to have his own car brought over from America to here, so you ain't going to do that, you just hire one, wouldn't you? But he had his car here, which means it had to be looked after. So we were busy. So I listened to him and I said, "Cool, you sound as though you come a little bit down south." And he says, "Yeah, I come from Austin, Texas." And I said, "Cool. That might just got you in the door for me to do it at dinner time." So he turned and said, "Really?" I says, "Yeah, can you leave the car with us?" And I'm not expecting him to leave the car because obviously, he's quite a high up guy. And he said, "Oh yeah, I'll leave it." But when he was speaking to me, it's as though he knew me before he even got here. And possibly he did. And we got the taxi over there, we fixed his car, changed his oil, we did the job, everything like that, give him a ring, and he come and picked it up, and it was quite funny. We had a laugh at the end of it, and I said to him, I said, "Christ, I was about to throw your ass out of here because we were so busy, but you came out with that magic word that you lived in Texas." So, but that was just fun, everything like that. I even got his card. I mean, the only thing I will say is it's the same thing over the years at the moment, where I was in a dark spot. I didn't want to talk to anybody or anything like that, and this guy offered me to get hold of him and spend some time up in Austin, and I haven't done that yet, and I'm feeling a little bit I should have done. And if you see this, please, I'd still want to come up, meet the guys and all that. That would be brilliant. But yeah, you made me. I mean, picking in my garage out of 100 garages in the area, and you picked this little one here. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, this is that was the card, as you can see. And I mean, you have a look. He's that one there, the American Embassy in London. So that's where he worked, and that was a really good thing in here. So I've had 3 things, and over the time, I mean, I've had my sons in here, and lots of the old people. I tell you what, it's a bit inconsiderate, it really is, because you dying, I mean, I miss quite a few of them. I mean, I've got a few of them, which is Mr. Upfold, Mr. Newson, and was characters. Jesus, were they funny. Frankie Tucker, I mean, he bought me a snap-on motorbike. I used to walk by home, and when I was in my bad point, and I used to stop off over a cup of tea and talk to Frank. And yeah, it was just to get it off the chest. I mean, couldn't do nothing about it, could he? So, but I really do. So I've got to the point now where there's loads of good. There's stories after stories after stories. I mean, I've had youngsters in here, and I've got youngsters that have got jobs because they've been here. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. So, but I don't want to be here anymore, and I want to get rid of the place. And I think it'd be a shame to shut it down, because it's a really, really big community thing where we actually keep people on the road. I mean, because they got to get to work. So I believe it's something I've started, and I'd like to look in 15, 20 years' time. Wow, it's still going. And I found the right guy to take it on as well. And that's the biggest thing. I don't want anyone. I want the right person. I mean, I want someone that's going to not muck the landlords around, because they've been really good to me. Okay, really, really good. So I'm not, and I want the lads looked after. So I thought what we'd do is, do you fancy having a quick look around the old garage, and I'll show you what's here and what we've got now, and then I'm going to leave it. So let's have a look round, shall we? I mean, I can let's turn that round. I mean, this is the kitchen. I mean, this is my rebuild bits, GSGs and stuff like that. As you can see, I'm in the right mess at the moment because I've got so many flaming cars on the go. And this is our office. My missus says it's untidy. This is all your tools, your Vecom, G-Scan adapters, Ford IDS, launched battery tester, they're all there. You got your what is it, Autel there, your snap-on Veros there. Well, you got Ethernet. There's your bits and pieces, and we've got there. We're actually in TerraClean if you're interested in taking that forward. This is the old school days. I'll leave that. I mean, I'll give a little bit. MOTs. This is the guys. We even put our training ones up here. DSG training. Old Dave there. What's that one? Aircon, diesel, Veros, common rail. Little bits and pieces. Used to put this in for the kids, and I've got loads of these. Absolutely loads of them. I need somewhere to put them. And all the fire extinguishers, we've got everything up to date. What I will say is, all our digital servicing, we've been approved to do the lot. We've got no debt, nothing. And I'm not scared to pay off anything. You want to see the toilet? This is the one I rebuilt a couple of weeks ago. Nice toilet, no leaks, looking pretty good. This is the old compressor with me. As I say, that one there started off at 19 CFM, and we're up to 25 now. So I put a new one of these on after it had worked its balls off, I'm telling you. There, as I say, as you can see, we keep a fair amount of stock of everything. Bulbs, loads of bulbs, anything we need. There's the TerraClean stuff, all in there. More bulbs, and then we got more work where we put the work stuff up there. We've got 2 aircon machines, both different gases. I mean, you can go upstairs, and there's plenty of stock upstairs as well. That's the telly for the MOT. And there's most of my gears in there. That'll go in here. Cam belt kits. I mean, it didn't really matter to me. I just bought them. Trim kits, fuses, nuts, bolts, Worth bolts, washers. Down there's a 12-ton injector puller. I mean, you got nuts, bolts, every nuts and bolts. I mean, I used to be here at 10, 11 o'clock, so I really couldn't afford to run out. This is a bit of a mess here, but it's where I've been working on that mechatronic, so I'll clean all that up. This will be going with me. This is my oscilloscope, as you can see. I've got 8 channel on this bugger. There's Chalky's toolbox. This is where we keep the greases and stuff. We've even got an oil burner. Tools on the wall. I've got tyre machines. And then I've got the where we rebuild the engines, valves, stuff like that, speakers, an air tool thing, plenty of stock of weights and stuff like that. Now that welder, you won't believe it, but I got that when I was 23 years old, and she's still going strong. And the plasma cutter I got 6 months later, still going strong. Doesn't work on 110, so I'm going to leave it behind. These are the DSG tools. I mean, they're all LUK. Every single one of them does the Fords, Renaults. I mean, it didn't really matter what I wanted. It got it. I mean, over here, as I say, you got your TerraClean machines. I've got stacks of this in stock. I mean, Christ, needs £600 a barrel now, isn't it? Cleaning headlights. We've got, what else? These are all got to go back, and they're for next week's work. MOT machine. I'm leaving that behind, an injector cleaner and tester. This is our oils, 17 different oils, as you can see. We got an alarm. Now the alarm system is a red care, so it's the same alarm as what you've got in your bank or jewelers. This has got mobile phone, and so I don't have to cut the phone or anything. It's all done. Here's my paint in there. We got an engine change. Nice little job. As I say, I've got tools everywhere. I mean, that there was nearly the size of my first toolbox. Was the size, nearly the size. I mean, I mean, you can look at the mess it's in at the moment. But as I say, that is my toolbox. Now, starting from there all the way down, and yeah. And I've got a load of tools up there, they're coming with me as well. A load of snap-on collectible bits and pieces. And as you can see, I've even got the old American flag up there. CTV cameras, bits and pieces, Dave's box, all the bits. Yeah, this is all coming with me. Now, where I've been here so long, I mean, that van there came from somewhere. And they turned around and said, take it here, they'll fix it. Well, they did, one day, ready to pick up Tuesday. And then they brought me another one. And I've got another one coming next week as well, so I must be doing something right. There's a couple of sheds down there. There's my baby, my truck. I've had her now 17 years now. This one here is the ESL's gone, so I'm waiting for the motor to rebuild that one. This one's the one for the mechatronic. This is the building, and well, we got a car park. I mean, it's quite nice. I mean, look. I mean, you've got all the trees and bits and pieces, traffic. All I will say is just make sure you be careful in the school run. We've got 2 schools either side as well, so you're advertising, you don't need to, because I haven't advertised for years. Van on there. This is the Jeep. This is the car park. This is all ours. I've just written a 12-year lease on this place. That cost me £1,000. I'm going to make a video of this one, because this one nearly got me. And my mate Mike in Houston, if it weren't for him sending me the right drawing, I would have never got there. This is another one fixed. I've got to do a video on this one as well, because if I would have got this one first, it wouldn't have got to the state it is now. This one's got to come in next. I've had it a while. It's got a central locking problem, and the pneumatic system don't work on it. But that's a canvas fault, so that's going to be a wiring fault. This one here is a watering one. It's ED5. This one injectors, I think, but it could be an ECU. I'm not sure. This one's an ECU. I'm just waiting for one to come in from Spain. That's another story. That's a courtesy car. So I think that's what we've got. And as I say, houses, there's stacks of them. Look at them. Absolutely. Look, it's about 2,000 over there. So it's certainly a place, as I say, to actually get going. So, one thing I have just remembered. Just here in the garage, it's where I actually spoke to my son, and I remember it was cold, but it's always cold in England, isn't it? And it was raining. And I said to him, I turned around and said, look son, I think you could find something you're good at. I said, your dad's found something he's good at, and he likes doing it, but I think you can. He certainly weren't going to be on the spanners, and I'm quite proud of him. He became a doctor last year before, in nuclear physics, and he's on his way to be a professor. So Number two son seems to have got that same qualities as well, but I really do need to spend some time with the family, and I haven't got any love here, so I just want to be in the position at the moment to just go to work and come home and not have to think about everyone in here, because you do. If you don't think about it, you're going to struggle. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm certainly not going to say it's going to be easy. I mean, I'm looking at about 120,000 for it. I mean, I found 20,000 when my house was 40%, 45%. How much the house is now? I think I'm only asking what, a quarter. So, and it's you can make 30% on what I'm doing, because I haven't got to get up and go. I mean, if you want to advertise, you could advertise, you could push it, you could make, I mean, the Terror Clean could be made a lot more of if you pushed it, but I mean, I haven't. I mean, I'm just looking now for someone to come and take this place a further forward. And I look in 15 years time, hopefully I'm still breathing, look in Google, and I started that, and I found the right guy, and that's what we've got. Auto data in here, tray plates, we've got tray plates, we got some really healthier accounts. I mean, Christ, I think Euros is 20 odd thousand. I mean, and we've got some healthy ones with the main dealers, and they ain't giving out accounts to anyone, are they? But they know that they're going to get paid. So I can't think of anything else apart from, if you want the books, can you buy it offline and it'll show me you're interested? Because at the moment, everyone that asks for books, it just feels as though they're being nosy. And I'm going to put a link below, which has actually got an email address, and you can talk to me missus, and she can she's willing to sort that out, because she can see a bit of the old me coming back over the last 6 months, 7 months. Obviously I must have my eye where I think I'm going, and she's enjoying it, so God, yeah, she's going to help you. I'm certainly not, but please, I'm after the right person. The money's only there because I want you to sit back and think, Christ, if I cock this up, I'm going to lose 120 grand. That's the same idea as when I had the 20,000 I had. So I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have been in the same situation as me. Hope I haven't offended anybody, but it's the truth, and I'm not going to lie. I've met some really great guys across the country. I mean, it's been a good road. It really, really, really has. Okay, I didn't get to where I wanted to go, but I certainly exceeded and really exceeded and excelled as a person and as a mechanic. Oh, I'm going to blow my own trumpet for the first time in probably 20 odd years. I'm not there yet, but I'm close to being good. And I like the feeling, especially from someone that never went to college, never trained, never nothing. But I have got my level 4 in electric and hybrid vehicles now, and I believe I can fix them and all. So, and the ice cars, and fix them. So I think I've been on there long enough, and I hope you've watched all of this, because hopefully you could sort of share this for me, because I'd like to. There could be a guy out there who's looking for, I need a start, and he could be a younger guy and who's got a bit of energy, and that's what I really, really would like to happen, and look after my old customers, because, as I said, I've still got the wives of the ones that have died, and I need them looked after, and just so I don't feel as I've let the boys down. So I'm going to leave it here. Getting a bit choked up actually. And as I say, get hold of the missus if you're interested, and if you can, just pass this around. I don't know if this is the right way of doing it or the wrong way, but I'll tell you what, I feel as though something's come off my chest. So hopefully everyone's had a great bank holiday weekend, and I'm going to go and spend the rest of the time with me, my son and my wife, and hopefully, well, I can't FaceTime my boy, he's in Japan, so he's sleepy weepy, I'm telling you. So hopefully, if you've got any questions, asked. And as I said, I will leave the paperwork if you buy the place, and then you'll know if you'll know the truth too. But what I will say, I had a cut made, and I'm going to finish with this. And now, after I've done all this, you hopefully understand why. And let's and this is the cut I had made, and I hope you understand that, because it puts a smile on my face. It really, really does. So I'm going to make a few more videos. I've enjoyed doing them, and you seem to enjoy watching them. And I think I'm going to go home and wind the missus up now. She's not very well at the moment. She's got... anyway, she's my $1 million wife. I mean, she would do if we had to take her into hospital. She'd cost me bloody millions. So, that's it. I'll catch you soon.